Hold on. Record. Start recording. Record! It just keeps starting over. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the show. My name is UltimatDJz. This is Talking Trek Live. You know what? The biggest reason we're doing a pod tonight is because Juby didn't want us to. All right? That is the number one reason that I'm doing a pod tonight is because Dr. Juby didn't want one. So, there you go. Welcome in, everybody. My name is UltimatDJz. Good evening. Welcome in to Talking Trek Live, Star Trek Fleet Command's official podcast. Let's kick it off with a Talking Trek server sound off. You guys hit it up in the chat. Let's see where you guys are hailing from tonight. Scaly back from the Outback on 188. Dr. Iron Chef hanging out on server 14. What's going on? Vic on 33. Stradalorian on 9. Tarpy is hanging out on server 30. What is going on over there? Let's take a look at the Twitch chat. We got Rico on 45. John Bill on 32. Loki on the flagship server 15. Thank you, Johnny. 5 on server 44. Benny Hill on 42. Check on 84. Tammy Moza on server 20. C Engineering on 36. Grouchy Outlaw on 84. Scarlet Hawk 187. Sherlock Holmes on 27. Tiny Mama server 67. Ultra Vetica. He really whips the llama's ass. On APAC 187. Thank you. Yes, the lights are still on. Appreciate you guys. Wood Cannon, how you doing? I love the repurposed music. Okay, first of all, I had it first. Somebody else turned it into that video. I had it first. I've had it for 6 years. Mine. General Lark on 734. Spock on 35. Mimi 61. Archer on 21. Bender the Robot on 51. Lord of Scarin on 49. Thank you. Scythen on server 86. Maj on 67. Silvertab on 33. Barcelona says, it all sounds so slow when it's live. So what do you listen to? Do you listen to it on 1.5 or 2x when you're listening on playback? Hey, what's going on? 1990 Mustang, server 80. What's going on? Kit Fisto on server 12. Thank you, Domo on 700. Ripley on 63. Captain Flurry on server 41. How are you? Guru on 58. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you being here. My name is UltimatDJz. This is Talking Trek Live, and tonight we got a good show. Quick, concise. Okay, we're going to go very quick, very concise. Lots of information. No narrative tonight because I want to go to bed at a decent time. And, Tarpy, I'm having a good time actually grinding out a little bit of Crucible. My chair keeps sinking. Do you guys see this? You guys see this? If you're in the live studio audience right now, I just keep shrinking down. It's one of those weird comical things where, like, I start off in camera frame and then I just slowly sink down out of frame. It's the weirdest, stupidest thing. This is a great chair. It upsets me greatly. I love this chair. I have to get another chair. So anyway, it's called gravity. No, my chair should be holding me up.
I can't make the joke I want to make because this is now a podcast.
It's a podcast and it's PG-13.
How many pounds of ghost energy are you drinking throughout a show to cause that?
I have absolutely no idea, but if I were to take a gander, I'm going to hold my ghost and take a sip of my amazing Strawbango Ghost Energy tonight with 200 milligrams of natural caffeine from coffee beans 1,000 milligrams of carnitine for legendary energy, epic focus, and none of the crash. Use !Ghost in the Twitch chat right now to get your delivery from Amazon of one of over 23 flavors now available. And if you like this amazing new koozie that says "Hold My Beer," you can find that in the Talking Trek merchandise store at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Ha ha! Matter says you're welcome for setting you up for that. I appreciate it greatly. All right. We've got stuff to do tonight. We've got a brand new battle pass, Tarpy, to talk about. And you sent me some kind of note that, and I don't know what it means. What is this new Unity event? People are talking about the new Unity. I don't know what that is. I thought Unity was just helps. I just always send Alliance donations. I always send Alliance donations for that thing. Did I actually miss an event because I saw Unity and didn't actually do something properly?
You mean you're trying to communicate that you might have missed something that happened? So that was just me making a pun on the fact that Scopely did a really good thing in general. They updated. I am not this type of scientist. Okay, so I don't know very much about this. So this might be a glare thing or a light bulb thing. They updated how the game works on the Unity engine. Again, I don't know this stuff, guys. And basically didn't. Oh wait, they said, yeah, guys, don't worry. We're just updating this so the game runs better. And unfortunately, that means several devices aren't going to work anymore.
No. Really?
Except
scaling.
They didn't actually say that. They didn't actually say that.
He's already did.
They just did it. And so there are people who now no longer have access to the game.
Oh, no.
That didn't know they weren't going to then have access to the game.
Oh, no.
Who are running older devices.
Oh,
so
no.
Admittedly,
what had happened was, okay, there was a Unity, and it was number 5, and see, then they went back to the warehouse. They went back to the stock room, and they were like, "Hey, we need 5 more Unities." And the IT director of operations guy was back there, and it was like, "Hey, we're all out of the number 5 Unities, but I do have one leftover number 6 Unity. You want to try that?" And then Scopely was like, "Well, sure. Is it going to work okay?" And the IT director says, "No, it'll be fine. Just, here, run this." And then the IT director said, "Hold my beer." "I'm sure everything will be fine," he said. This is exactly how that conversation went. See, I've actually got tape of the phone call.
"Don't worry about everything, Walter. It's going to be fine. Okay? We got this Unity 6. Listen, it's Windows 10, man. I mean, it's Windows 10. That's been around since, 2015. Ain't nobody still using Windows 10. Everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be super cool, all right? Just take it, ship it. Ship it. All right, look, even DJ's got an old-ass busted iPhone 13. All right, even he's going to be fine. We're going to base it off of, listen, we could go all the way back to Windows 95 if you want. All right, it's not going to matter. Scalyback has a new phone. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be good.
See, Unity 5 has fulfilled its original purpose, and they had to move on to Unity number 6, okay, which was the new Windows Vista update. We all know how well that went, okay? So finally, we got Star Trek Fleet Command on the most reliable platform of all time, all right? The original Unity engine fulfilled its original purpose, and now we have upgraded to Windows Vista. The end. Does that make sense to everybody? Do I need to repeat anything? There you go.
The
All right.
part about where they told people that was going to happen, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Well, they missed that one, too. They missed that part, too.
Oh, yeah.
Now, okay. Now, joking aside, I am going. Duder says, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you try again? You know what? Listen, I'm no expert. Okay. I am actually no expert. Algorithmus says Unity 5 is actually way old. It was actually probably time for an update. Yes, my chair is shrinking. It's not my fault. My chair
Is it the chair?
I don't. Yes. I mean,
You're
it's
just
not
getting
me.
shorter.
It's not me.
You're just getting shorter.
Oh, God, I'm going to have to go get another chair. Anyway, so we actually do have two amazing people on stage. We got two amazing people on stage who actually could probably explain this a lot better to us. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing geniuses behind Spox Club. We've got LightBulb. We've got Glare on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, a big talking track. Welcome for the developers of Spox Club. How are you? Welcome to the stage. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
How are you? Can you tell me a little bit about Unity 5 as compared to Unity 6, and is this actually a good thing? Why is this a good thing? See, what had happened was...
Crickets.
Well, why is upgrading Unity a good thing? Okay, let's try it again.
I mean, it's just difficult to say. It just has better support and newer tools, cooler tools, I guess. But it's not the end-all, be-all solution.
Also, we're not operating STFC 2.0 here, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that would be a bit too much, probably. I think in general, it's a good move, and it was kind of unexpected because the last Unity version we had is a 2021 LTS version, so we were overdue for an update, especially since the support for that version would have ended probably sooner or later. But this is so far out of the area of my expertise that I'm basically guessing now. Okay,
well, that feels like what all the players had to do as well when they were trying to figure out why their devices wouldn't boot up. As a matter of fact, I know, Glare, you guys had to do some quick collaboration with NetNiv, or at least we were all communicating about it because the community mod broke for some people as well. So it was an interesting thing with the code update and the new Unity base. In all seriousness, Glare, do you think this is actually a good thing for the future of the game?
If they can utilize the new Unity features and support, yes, but do I have faith in it? Not yet. It probably will be a couple months before they get everything smoothed out.
Are you saying that Star Trek Fleet Command is going to experience a period of a couple of months where we have bugs?
Maybe.
It's like, listen, I don't know if we should be talking a lot of crap right now. All right, well, that's fine. These guys are actually not here to talk about Unity. And I didn't even know that's what you were going with, Tarpy, so I'm completely ill-prepared for this segment. You sent me a joke. I thought it was about an event. This is what she writes. She writes me, she was like, Unity, not just an event anymore. I didn't know what that meant. What does this update mean for players? See, now it makes sense what she was writing. I thought it was an update to the event. I thought, okay, maybe their points are higher. Maybe we've got to do more than just donate or do helps now. I didn't know what this meant. That's what she sent. She wanted me to talk for 30 minutes about this. Bro. This is on my run of show. 30 minutes. No, I can't be demoted, Cruzito. I don't know anything about Unity. And the executive producer says 30 minutes on Unity. I mean, at this point, I'm just trying to like fluff. I'm just trying to Glare. Kill first. I'm just trying to fluff for 30 minutes. Can you guys help me? Will you help me fluff a little bit? Or Tarpy, can we move on to another segment? Tarpy's, she's like,
You'll probably spend over 30 minutes just setting up your inventory alerts.
Okay, thank God. All right, because we do actually have that. That is
What a smooth segue.
yeah, that is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have some amazing new updates here tonight. Listen, it couldn't have been 2 weeks ago. It couldn't have been 2 weeks ago that you and I were on this stage and we were talking about some of the features that I would love to see built into Spox Club. And one of those had everything to do with my bulk refinery claims. Sorry, wrong button. I'm going to pop into the game here, and I'm going to show you my bulk refines. What happens is I'll come down, and then I will suddenly realize, Glare, that I'm out of stuff. Okay? Like, for example, rare refined transigen. This is a brand new currency, but I don't pay attention because I just click the button and I just move on. I have run out of raw rare transigen. I need to know. Nose is itching. I need to know when I'm running low on stuff. You guys were talking to me about on stage, and it took you no time at all. No time at all to build this in. You guys are ready to unveil a new feature tonight, right? 2 of them, in fact, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and honestly, we weren't even going to do the alerts that quickly, but given the amount of people that seemed really excited in it, we decided to go ahead and push the priority on that and get that out.
That is
So
very, very
we
cool.
hope you guys enjoy it.
Walk me through this. What is this feature? How does it work? And can we walk through setting a couple up?
Yeah, we can do that. You want to?
Here's what I'm going to do.
Through it? We're working off a delay here because I'm watching it on Twitch.
That's exactly what I was just getting ready to say. I'm going to pull up right now. I'm going to pull up the video feed inside the stage so you'll be able to see that in real time. Here we go. Boom. There you go. So it's now on the stage. If you take a look at that, that'll be a real time. No delay. Bam, bam.
Yep,
all right, ready to go.
That's perfect.
There you go. So let's take a look at the new and improved Spox Club. Now, this is not like the next dot
You're on
Spox
the prod
Club.
site.
I'm on what?
You need to be on the next dot Spox Club.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm on the wrong one.
it's okay.
So we're
gonna have that fixed. Hopefully
we're
soon.
still in beta on this thing. All right, tell me. Oh, I see a new button here, guys. Look at that. Look at that pretty button. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's do resource notifications.
All right. Well, there's a couple ways that you can do it. First one would be directly from the inventory page. And from there, it may take a second. We actually pushed a change right before, or actually while we were watching the stream, because someone brought up something and we did a hot patch on it. But as you can see, there are bell icons next to all the inventory resources now. So if you want to go ahead and click on one of them, you'll see that there's a couple different options here. You can set a custom name of it. So when you are like reminded and go through all your alerts, you can see like, oh, this is what this is for. And we have two main versions for it. We have the maintain refinery pools and then the upgrade threshold. So think of it of a less than, greater than kind of thing. So for maintain refinery pools, essentially you can go through your game and put in your daily resource usage and how many days that you want to sustain of that. Now, for the people that really like to get into the weeds and the numbers, you can go ahead and click on that advanced mode button. And you can put in different bundles, and then we will show you how we calculate the number that we will alert you for.
Okay, so you want, for example, with this transition, let's take a look here. I've got 2 different bundles available, right? Is this what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Is that we're going to do 1 bundle, 2 bundle? All right, so
yeah, so you can do the first one.
243. Can I do 2.43 million, or do I got to type it out in zeros like this?
You have to type it out.
All right. The cooldown is 1 day. That's good. I'm going to add another bundle, and that one is 14.58 million. Oh, no commas in the second one. 14.
Oh, we'll get that fixed.
There we go. Okay. Same thing. Cooldown 1 day. All right.
Yep. And then how many days in total do you want to have for that?
5 days. Okay. So the trigger then is if my rare transition drops below 85 million. And that basically is saying 2.43.
So theoretically, if you were able to do it every day, that would be your total daily usage. So you want to sustain 5 days for those polls.
Oh, that's if I'm using a second. So this is if I'm using both bundles, because it's assuming that I'm using 17 million a day.
Yes,
I don't
it
get
adds
to
all
do
the
that.
bundles up.
I got you. Okay,
Yes.
so in that case,
So
I'm going to
essentially,
delete
it's if
this
you
one.
were to come from different areas of the game, different polls that you would do, you could set in like in the faction store, you have your different bundles that may use the same resource but different cooldown days. That essentially calculates how much you would want to keep for when those cooldowns are done.
That is so much mining. I'm going to have to take a pass on that. We're just going to go 243 million like that. So this is going to notify me if I drop below 12 million, which is ultimately what I want to have, 12 million, so that maintains me 5 days. So then I create this alert, right?
Yes.
What does the upgrade threshold button do?
So that comes in handy directly with the next portion we can kind of show off is the cost calculator and the requirements calculator integration with this. And so essentially, if you want to have a greater than amount of, or sorry, if you have less than something, or you want to track if you have over 100%, LightBulb gave me an example of it, but I can't remember off the top of my head of what the reasoning for it was.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it right here. Yeah,
let's pick it up on the spot.
Yeah, this would be something like let's do. I want to upgrade my Crenshaw, right? I want to take it all the way to tier 9. So let's see, Crenshaw. There we go. I want to take it all the way to tier 9. Obviously, I'm not going to have the stuff here today to do that. So it's going to tell me that I need 6.25 thousand 6-star rare gas. I'm short on that right now. So I could go in and create an upgrade threshold for 6,250 rare gas, and I obviously am 500 short, so it's going to notify me when I get and I can click on it and it takes me straight there. That is freaking beautiful. So the trigger threshold is 100% of the reference amount. That's what I need. All right. And the trigger threshold will be there. And then it's going to basically tell me, hey, great news. You now have the total amount that you need in order to upgrade the Crenshaw. Right?
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh. That is so amazing. Mimi says, is it just stuff as in materials, or could it be stuff as in reputation? Well, I bet it would be any inventory piece, right?
Reputation is a material.
So yeah, any inventory resource works just fine. And we've put the threshold thing we pre-fill it with 100%. But in theory, if you want to be notified earlier, like I'm just gonna let the rest of the credits, for example, to build a Crenshaw, we can also alert you at a much lower threshold. Or there's sometimes just a safety buffer. So
you may need to toggle the show hidden portion of it.
Okay. DTI rep. Section rep.
I think they're called reputation points or Klingon points, something like that. Something points.
Klingon points. There we go. Klingon points. So I could create an upgrade threshold here. My Klingon reputation is currently 486 billion. My goal is 500 billion, right? That's the number, right? So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do a threshold. It's going to notify me when I get to 500 billion. All right. And when I get there, I'm going to create this alert. I'm going to say Crenshaw time. Okay. And I'm going to create that alert. Now you're telling me that this thing is going to notify me as soon as I hit the rep necessary to come in and build my Crenshaw. How do I get the notifications? Is there an app? Can I set it up through text, email? How do I get the notification?
So right now it will only alert you when you're on the inventory page, but we're planning to make it so that it will alert you when you're anywhere on the Spox Club website. If that happens, if you're running the community mod in the background and you're grinding, hostiles for rep, it may show up on your screen showing, hey, you have enough.
Oh my God. This is so cool. This is so cool. I do want to come in here and honestly, like I would set this up for literally everything. I'm going to set this up for Borg Type 03 exchange. Like this is the Solo Armada credits, Borg Type 03. So let's type that in. Borg Type 03 Armada credits. Look there. Okay, I've got that. I'm going to create the alert. I want to maintain my refinery pulls. My refinery pull is 14 million. There we go. I want to keep at least, say, let's go 5 days. Okay, that's going to tell me if I drop below 70 million. All right, so then I can just create this alert. I'm going to call this Revenant Borg Solos, and I create that alert. And so then anytime I come into Spox Club, it's going to tell me right down on a list of anything that I'm out of, running short on, what I need to focus on for that day, right?
Yeah, and you can click that little caret down, and it will give you a little overview of it, just so you can see what you had set.
No way! This is insane!
And then when you do get an alert, if you don't want, so you have two options when an alert triggers. You can dismiss it, which will snooze it for either 12 or 24 hours, or you can acknowledge it and it won't notify you again. Just so you know, you're scrolling around on the site and it's like, oh, I'll worry about this later. You can dismiss it, and then you've come back the next day and it reminds you again that you're at that threshold that you set.
That's incredible. Is there a place? So if I come to the alerts overview, does it give me a list? Like if I snooze it, right? Is there a place that I can go back to review it again, like a list of my active alerts?
Yeah, it will still show in the alert overview whether it's snoozed or not. It's just it will actually come up on the screen showing that it's ready, unless you, but if you snooze it, it won't do it when you load the page. So if you were to set it for a resource that you already had the amount for, it would instantly tell you you have enough for it.
All right. You know what? Let's set an alert right now for something that I know I'm out of. And that would be Borg Polygon Exchange. Borg Polygon Exchange. So I know I need more of that. So I'm going to create an alert here. This is going to be Borg Polygon. And this has how much of a cooldown on it? I don't remember. 6.6 million is the cost of a single pull. This one I'm going to go into advanced mode because it has a longer cooldown, right? So this one is what, a 3 or a 5 day cooldown? I can't remember, chat. I think it's a 5 day cooldown. All right. But I also want to.
6. I'm not sure.
Is it 6? I honestly don't remember. I don't have the stuff for it right now. I'm going to set it for a 5 day cooldown, but I also want to maintain it for, say, 10 days. All right. So that's going to basically say, hey, listen, you need to maintain 13 million. That's good. I'm going to create the alert. So now I've created the alert. I'm just going to go to another page on the website. I'm going to browse around, play around a little bit. Where will it pop?
It will show up, I think, in the top right of your screen when you go visit the inventory page.
Okay. So let's pop inventory. And there it is. Look at that. On just a little pop-up box that says, hey, you're out of Borg polygons. You're below 13.2. You've only got 3.25. Remind me tomorrow. Acknowledge. And if I hit acknowledge, what does it do?
It won't alert you again because it assumes that you've already done, or you understand that you're at that threshold trigger.
You guys, this is so cool. This is ridiculously cool. Shiz says it's a 6 day. All right, so let's go into the into this one. We're gonna edit. Can I edit?
So we do not have that edit feature right now.
Okay.
We wanted to get this feature at least out. But yeah, so I see a couple of people asking in the chat about notifications on the Spox Club app. Currently, no. We've had our whole spiel with the state of the apps right now. V3 of Spox Club comes with an entirely new framework, front end, back end for the app itself. The mobile apps and the website will be completely rewritten from the ground up, and they all connect together in a way that would allow us to potentially send alerts to you when you're not like on the site, and it would do it directly to your mobile device when you hit that threshold, assuming you're updating your inventory in game somehow to the site.
This is so cool. Dragon Keeper says, question. What a dumb question. I'm just kidding. Glare, for somebody who has not heard of Spox Club, and by the way, I am only making fun of Dragon Keeper because I know he has. But for a new player out there, you may not know about all the tools that are available. In the entire game, it is called Spox.club. It's a web app. Just type it in your browser. Instead of stfc.com, it's Spox.club. Glare and LightBulb maintain this tool. It's absolutely incredible. It's free to the public, and it is the absolute best planning tool inside STFC. The question in chat, Glare, is, if I didn't know anything about this, why do I need this website?
I mean, essentially, it's a way to plan your game long term. You know, a new player coming in, there's so much in each arc drop, every update every month. You know, it's hard to keep up with things, and so our whole goal is to help you plan out your future for the game and how you want to play it long term, and show you the things that you could take advantage of that might not necessarily be available to you in game.
I mean, it tells you everything about planning. Like, for example, and we could spend hours talking about this. Lord of Chaos says, second question for those people, is there a video that they can watch to walk them through it? There are a couple. We've done a couple as well. We probably need to do a new one with all the new features. But let me just show you one of my favorites. All right. And this is Requirement. All right. This is absolutely one of my favorites. One of the big things that I have been doing, and I'm there now, so I don't know how well this is actually going to work for me. But one of the big things was I was planning out my progression to Shipyard 70 so that I could build my Crencha. Now, I'm already 70, so I don't know if this is, I don't know that this is actually going to work. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let's go down to, like, say, 60. Okay, 61, because I can simulate some data in here. What this is going to do is then come in, and again, I've already got it, so this is a bad example. I'm a terrible account to actually be showing this.
You can hit uncheck all.
There we go. Okay, so what this does is it will tell me every bit of resource, material, speed up, everything that I would need to get to that level, to get to that position. And it'll tell me what I've got, what it's going to cost, what my efficiencies are, how to find and maximize my efficiencies, maybe through fleet commanders, maybe through exocomps, et cetera, et cetera. And it's going to tell me everything that I'm short. So, for example, if I was trying to make this trek, it would say, hey, DJs, you're short 70,000 uncommon 6-star ore. Well, then I should set these alerts that we were just talking about so that it will notify me when I'm getting close. It'll notify me when I'm within striking distance or something of that nature. One of the things that I'm going to be doing here very, very soon is going to cost, and I am going to be building a Crencha. Okay, that was something that we just showed off a second ago. And obviously what I want to do is pretty much take it straight to tier 9. Like, that is my goal, is to take it 100% straight to tier 9. And as a matter of fact, it looks like I can do that, Glare. If I'm looking at your guys' chart here, I am literally 447 rare gas away from having an instant tier 9 Crencha. This tells me that I can do that. So I might then decide that I'm going to do it during an auction. It will calculate my material spend points for me as well and let me know, hey, I would maybe be able to finish that SMS. All right. Lost In says a tier 9 Crencha will still be one of the squishiest Crenchas in the game. Thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. It'll tell me my material spend points. It'll tell me how to get it cheaper. As a matter of fact, I'd be willing to bet that if I came through here and looked for a fleet commander or something along those natures somewhere, I'd probably find that 447 rare ore. Yeah, or what was it, gas? Yeah, gas. I'd probably find that somewhere. I could probably find a fleet commander or an exo somewhere that's going to tell me how to improve that efficiency so that I would actually have enough right off the bat. It's absolutely incredible. An amazing tool, Dragon Keeper. So absolutely. And guys, this, by the way, is a completely free tool to use. It's a completely free tool. There are ways that you can support these guys, and we'll talk about that. The Patreon is great if you want to do something like that, but they're in some heavy development right now. So I would imagine, and Glare, this is what we did last week or the week before. PayPal is the absolute best way to do this right now. I mean, if somebody wants to do the Patreon, that's fine, but it's got its own nuances right now. The PayPal is specifically for the development and the launch of the new features built into the Spox Club beta, right?
Yep, and I put it on the site to make it a lot easier so we don't have confusion like last time.
There you go. That's right. It's absolutely free. It doesn't take you 100 days to start to use it. Killfirst says the Patreon is still very important as it helps with the month-to-month cost. But what we're focusing right now, what we tried to do a couple of weeks ago and what we're still doing right now is focusing on the cost of development for all this new stuff. And that is going to be best served with the PayPal link. And so there's so much more with this. And I know that I'm going to spend more time going through this inventory and setting up these alerts. This is so great. This is exactly what I wanted, Lightbull. You know, you and I were talking about this on stream, and I just said, you know, one of the best additions to the game, honestly, and I still mean this, to this day, one of the best additions to the game was the bulk refund button. But there's one teeny tiny side effect, right? Which is I go through it so quickly now that I don't actually take the time to go through all of these different things to find out if I've run out of something. Game stuck. There we go. I don't run through everything like this. I would have just hit the button, but then I wouldn't have realized that I'm actually out of tech modules from Zindi. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this is what we're trying to do, because there's, like Glare said, a lot of things in the game going on, a lot of efficiencies, which is why every calculator page is basically bloated with 100 researches. But there's also just a lot of things to refine and keep track of. So Spox Club is just a site that just tries to help all the spreadsheet nerds and planners to just maybe enjoy that aspect of the game more.
Yeah, absolutely. And this could essentially, when I get it built, this is essentially going to be my to-do list. Like, this will be my to-do list every single day. Does it sync automatically? Absolutely. Lost in, it syncs to your inventory if you've got the sync set up, either with your mobile client or with the community mod or on PC or whatever. It automatically syncs your inventory. The only thing that I'm seeing here that it doesn't do automatically, at least at this point, is you have to create the alerts. And the reason you don't want that automated is because you might not need something, right? You're not going to want to create the alerts for something that you don't care about. For example, Mirror Universe, I'm not super focused on mining Trellium anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not going to put this alert in there because I don't mine Trellium anymore. You know, but I am still, for example, working on Enterprise NX01 for Pick Hugh. All right, I'm still working on this guy, so I still want to be able to refine this box so that I can get the opportunity chips that can come over here and get me my extra epic tokens, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm still going to feed this one in. That's why I was actually looking just a second ago. I'm going to go Zindi Aquatic Loot. That is important to me still. Pick Hugh is not maxed. So I'm going to create an alert. I'm going to go in. I'm going to say, hey, listen, I do double pulls of this one. So 14 million is my cost. I have to do it every single day. All right. I want at least 5-6 days before I go back. Let's say I'm going to set it at 7 days. All right. That means it's going to create an alert for me. Anytime I drop below 100 million, it's going to say, okay, hey, we've added this now to your to-do list. All right. Right here. This is something we're going to add to your to-do list. And I'm going to go through and do this for literally everything in the refinery. Everything in the refinery. And then I'm probably not going to stop there. I'm probably going to go and do it in the faction store too. Mimi says, I won't put one in for Parse
faction bulk refines.
Do what now?
Maybe we'll get faction bulk refines soon, so that
I hope so.
might come in more handy even.
And-
I can't wait for the day that this
Oh, yeah.
One of the things we had looked at, and it's not looking promising yet, but we were trying to investigate if there was a way that we could actually real-time sync your bulk refines from in-game and create them as an inventory alert. The initial attempt was not the best, but it's something low priority that we're investigating to see if we could have it real-time sync through like the community mod or something like that.
Oh, that's cool. I like that too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be another level of convenience. But honestly, you know, this is a one-time setup, and then you're good. I do see what you're saying though. If it read, because you've already set it up with the bulk refine. But you know what? What about your faction store stuff, guys? What about your faction store? There's no bulk refine there. We're gonna have to program it. You know what I'm saying? Look here, for example. Right now, I do not have enough wreckage to do my credit claims. All right. I would like to know that I need to do more of those. And honestly, as a bulk player, and we've talked about this a lot, Glare, especially now, guys, hear me, and this is not me poking fun. All right. But I am playing a little bit less these days. I'm sure some of us are. Not a bunch of us, maybe, but some of us are. Okay, so that means that we need a little bit more attention to detail when we are in the game, right? I need to make the most out of the time that I'm in the game. So having a to-do list is going to be way, way cool for me because it's going to help me maximize my efficiency for time in game because I am playing a little bit less. All right, and so the time that I'm in the game, I need to make sure I'm getting what it is that I need. And I might not, Glare, have the time to sit one day like we've done on stream before. You know, I've opened up Notepad before, gone through my refines and said, okay, I need to do this. 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 I might not do that one day. This tool is going to basically take that work out of there for me. For example, the other day, you guys made fun of me because I ran out of solo wave defense credits. Not anymore. Now it's going to give me a to-do list. All right. So it's actually very, very cool. Pal says if we had content, we'd be more willing to be in the game. I agree. I'm totally in agreement with that. All right. But as a result, I am actually falling behind in some of these other loops because I haven't been bothering to keep up with it or watch for it. This is an amazing tool, Glare. I'm so impressed that you guys put this thing together within 2 weeks. That's insane. Thank you so much. This is crazy cool. And this isn't even,
Yeah,
this
we
is
saw
only
your
half of it.
guys' feedback on it.
This is only
Yeah.
half of it too, right? There was something else you wanted to talk about tonight as well.
Just a little thing called mission tracking.
Just a little thing. No big deal. Just something that the community's been talking about and buzzing about and you know, kicking around for like, I don't know, the last 5 or 6 years. Tell me about your missions portal.
I will let LightBulb take this one.
Well, yeah, missions. So we have a list of missions that are available in the game, and we just compare it to what you've synced with Spox Club, and then we'll show which ones you've completed, which ones you currently are working on, and what you can possibly still do by picking it up in space or, for example, in the holodeck.
Why do I have 1,160 missions that I haven't done? You know what? I'd be willing to bet that a lot of these are low-level missions. So, LightBulb, if I wanted to say, hey, listen, I'm not interested in anything below G6 space, I'm sure there's ways that I can do this type of thing, right?
Well, I think you might have found the one thing it doesn't do yet.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
So no, we unfortunately don't have level for
You could do it based on the recommended level.
Yeah, here we
based
go.
on that's probably the best approximation, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, because there's no internal source, I should say, that is like this is only available to G6 players, G5 players, you know, things like that. So we were kind of just working with what we had to give people something that they can at least try to utilize for now.
Cruzito, would you chill your face off? He's making fun of me because I don't have stuff in my inventory that I need, but I complain about no content. No, I'm talking about listen, I'm talking about Trash Point, okay? I was very turned off. I was super duper turned off. Okay? And I just played a little bit less because I was pissy. You give me a break. Just give me a break, man. All right? But no, I fully acknowledge, Cruzito, this is actually likely to bring me into the game more because now I'm going to have an actual to-do list. Cruzito, let me flip the coin on you. We have talked about in the past, and even you have said that there's so much to do as far as loop maintenance, right? There's a lot to do regarding loop maintenance. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with. Sometimes we don't remember everything that we've got to keep up with. And you guys, a lot of people have even said, man, coming into your early 40s, late 30s, early 40s, there's just so much to do, so much grinding. This alerts piece allows a player to go in and actually make a to-do list and optimize their time, right? So if somebody was going to bulk play, right? If somebody was going to come in one day and say, hey, I'm going to work on Isogen this day, or I'm going to work on Transigen this day, or I'm going to work on Solar Wave Defense this day. In all fairness, this is a tool that Scopely should be thanking these guys for, because this is actually, you know what I'm going to call this, Cruzito? A loop organizer tool. That's what it is. It's a loop organizer. It's going to quantify everything that I have, keep track of what I've got, how much I need, and give me a priority list of what I need to be focusing on as the days go on. That's pretty freaking cool. All right, that's pretty freaking cool. So you can say it's about content or not. I'm going to redesign my pitch. This is a loop organizer tool, and I love it. I love it. Glare, LightBulb, this is absolutely crazy. All right, coming back into the missions piece. Sorry, I didn't mean to get side planned off that. That was Cruzito giving me grief. But coming back into this missions piece, maybe there's something that we're looking for. Maybe look, you guys saw I'm only 14 billion rep away from building a Krencha. I could probably go in here and look specifically for Klingon missions. I've got 57 Klingon missions that I haven't done. I bet you these things pay rep. And I can find out where I can pick them up. They're standalone missions. I can find out where to find them. How is it that I haven't done? How have I missed 57 of them? Right there is my 14 billion rep. Guaranteed.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you can click on every mission name or system name. It'll take you to stfc.space. So that's basically just our lazy solution to show you more info that we didn't have yet.
Yeah, because like we talked about in the last podcast, you know, V1 was something we wanted to get out just for people to enjoy, and V2 is where we plan to have the one-stop shop. But we wanted to at least get something out there that people could start utilizing and be able to help plan their game out, you know?
Yeah, this is very cool. So yeah, you can click on it, open it up in a new window. It goes to stfc.space, will tell me the rewards. There's 200 million points. Yeah, I've got a ton. I've got a ton in here. 57 Klingon missions. Well, now look here. Some of these are level 1s. I'm probably going to skip those. Okay? But starting at 55. Here's another thing. You might find a mission that has a prerequisite for another mission that you've missed at some point. You know, this is an opportunity to go back and see if you can find the name of that mission that's holding you up. Go and pick it up from another system. This is very cool.
Yeah, and if you have a mission that's in a chain, you can actually click it and it will show you the mission. I think it shows you the start, or it shows you all the missions in that chain.
Right here. I'm in dark mode, so I don't know if you guys can see it real well. Right here shows me the start of the chain. Here are all the missions that go through the middle of the chain. And there's the end of that chain. This obviously must be a very, very early, like when you choose your faction kind of thing. This is very cool.
Guys, I have a question on that.
Yeah.
So if it's a completely like independent set of missions, so I'm assuming Scopely with your sync to their server and all of your player data, they know, like that data knows you've done each individual mission. So could DJs have done some of the missions that are on that list as not completed, but because they're completely independent of other missions, they just got missed.
So there's a couple factors here. One, there was a couple hiccups when we got it out to production today. So there may be a couple things that are just not showing up properly, but we like you won't have to make any changes on your end for that. It just will be, the community mod will just fix it up, or Sync will fix it up at some point. But then two, it shows literally every single mission. So, and what we mean by that is there could be different portions. How like sometimes they have the missions where you can either choose to do one thing or another, and it takes you off onto a different set. Though some of those non-completed could be because you took a different route in one of those missions, and we just have not had the time to find a way to determine if you've gone the other route.
Oh, so like
So
the choose your own adventure kind of
I've
thing.
actually completed those.
Exactly. Like I said, this is V1. I completely forgot that those missions existed. So,
but you know what? Those are almost always going to be part of a chain. If it is something that you have done and you've chosen a path, it is a chain mission. So here's a perfect example of what he's talking about right here. A Battle for the Ages Part 7. There were 2 of those. One of them is showing completed, one is showing not completed, but they're both showing the middle of a chain with the same mission name. Here's another, Battle for the Ages Part 8 and Part 8.1. This is classic Scopely right here. They actually separated these names, but you can tell, again, that they were part of a choose your story kind of thing, because one has been completed, the other has not been completed, but they're the middle of a chain. Then I could come down and see at the very end, here's the end of that chain. Again, I completed one end of the chain, didn't complete the other end of the chain, but they were both Battle of the Ages Part 10. That was a different story based on my path. So, in all fairness, out of these that say not completed, 1,163 for me, Tarpy, yeah, there probably are many that I'm not eligible to complete because they were part of another chain there. But I'll tell you, there is probably still a way for me to go through, search for these. I could even break it down. Maybe I'm going to avoid all of the chained missions and look at just standalone missions. Look, I've got 33 Klingon standalone missions that I guarantee I'll pay rep. All right? So even if I wanted to tinker around with that.
Location filter. Sorry.
Yeah, no, please.
There is a mission location filter. It says available in space, so that's probably your safest choice for all of this. But yeah, we thought about filtering out some of this chain data. But then again, if Scopely ever decides to use the holodeck pattern buffers so that you can actually repeat some of the missions, maybe players would be interested in picking the other path this time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is absolutely great. Very, very cool. Will it tell you, Baconfish asks, will it tell you where to go to find the missions? Yeah. So right here, here's the pickup location. That's this category. The pickup right here is the name of the system. So if I wanted to go find a Klingon mission called Abdicated Honor, all right, I can right here know immediately that is going to be on a planet in the pickup system, Tantuk. All right, I can search for that in the game, go there, and I'm going to find. As a matter of fact, let's do it. Let's do it right now. We're going to search for this system in the game. And if I pop into this system with my disco, I'm going to find a system pickup, which is an absolutely incredible thing. And for some of you completionists out there, it's going to give you a chance to go and get some more story, get some more rewards. And maybe you just want more. Look, there it is. Look, I've got multiple missions in here. How have I missed this system all this time? I've got multiple missions here. There's Neighbors from Grethor, but right up here is going to be the one that we were just looking for, Abdicated Honor. Absolutely bloody.
Did they add
brilliant.
low-level missions later on in our life frame?
Absolutely.
They do, yeah. They do regularly add missions in lower level systems. So if you go through like level 1 to 19 space, you'll occasionally find some new things.
Lost In says, this is making me anxious. I almost don't want to know. how many missions that I'm missing. K92 says, now, if it would only automatically do all the clicks to complete the mission so I don't have to. There's a Prime for that. All right. It'll be available on Spox.club. It'll be multi-mission claiming Prime 2.0. All right. That's really funny.
Hey,
Nacar, yeah.
So I was going to say, Riskbreaker has brought it up a couple times in chat today. Lightbulb, would you tell us about the update to mobile syncing that bypasses the original Spox Club site?
Well, it doesn't exactly bypass that, but we'll talk about that. So yeah, we've tried to improve the sync experience now for a couple of times, but we're still somewhat limited when it comes to the app because we need to keep the production side running. So what we did today is integrate the beta token, which is needed to copy your data over from the live side to the beta side directly into the app. It just saves you a click, and it's a bit more visible in the app now that, hey, we have a beta version, and integrating it, I think, is a good step towards just steering people to the next site.
So instead of having to click that migrate data button over in beta, you're already migrating it in the app to the production site, and then you're going over to beta and clicking that migrate data. Well, you can just put your beta token in the sync app now, and it will, every time you sync, it will automatically pull it over into beta, so you don't have to worry about clicking another button like Lightbulb said.
So
or going to another Discord. Or going to another Discord.
So no more Discord bot, nothing like that.
Yeah, manually copying both of the tokens. So instead of going to a completely separate app, copying 2 tokens into the right spot, you now only have to copy it once to the new site from the old site when you do the sync. And then you hit migrate data each time thereafter, and it works.
So it's still, you still need an account on Spox.club, so it's not entirely decoupled from the live side, but it's a step in the right direction, I think. And once you've set it up, it should be just done for you in the background. So just keep using sync as per usual. And I've seen a few questions about the mission sync now. So because this is sort of brand new and we didn't really use missions data before, active missions is fairly new. And I sort of lost my train of thought, but
well, the question was, I think you saw the same chat as Woey says. Apparently, I've never done any missions. Spox Club is not showing me with any completion. Is there something within the sync where we have to set, like Jeff Game says, you have to set in the community mod, you have to export the mission set? This is something brand new that you guys just did. Is there something that somebody needs to do to get mission data now, or will it become a part of the standard sync? How does mission data get treated a little bit differently during the sync process?
It will become part of the standard sync. There is a bug currently in the community mod which doesn't correctly propagate the active missions. So there's unfortunately nothing you can do about it. Just update your mod whenever that's fixed. Hopefully we'll work on that this weekend. When it comes to our apps, the new way where you directly use this integrated beta token sync, that has the most capabilities as of right now, and this will show correctly your mission status. But it'll be fixed within the week, I hope.
Rico says, same for me, none showing completed. And again, that's one of the things that he was just talking about, which is some of maybe possibly your issue could be with the community mod, in which you would need to go into your TOML file and actually turn on the exportation or the exporting of your mission data. All right, that's within the community mod. So still a couple of steps here, and I'm sure Niv is right on top of working with these guys at getting that set up. But this is absolutely crazy. Look, hey, look, I just got an alert from my Zindi Aquatic loot. Look at that. Boom. All right, I'm below 98 million. I'm going to have to go grind
I just sent you
Zindi
a
Aquatic.
screenshot of the sync from mobile, just so they can kind of see what's different there now. So they'll just put their beta token in there, and when you click that sync like you normally do, it'll automatically move everything over to beta for you. You don't have to click any buttons over on beta.
Yeah, there you go. So right here, this is it. You can find the token in the community mod tab on next.spox.club syncing page. So basically, it's a separate token than your main original token was. And you just do that. You just pop it in there. And now this is an actual screenshot from inside the mobile client. Very, very cool. Vagrant says,
can you guys...
So every mission I complete will require a manual sync. No, not necessarily every single mission, but just whenever you do a sync, anything that you've done up to that point is going to go, right? And so, like, for example, I've got community mod, so mine is automatic. Every single day, every single time I open up my PC client with community mod, it's automatically syncing over to the production site. So my stuff is all in real time. And if you're using community mod, then you'll be able to get to that point here very, very quickly as well. You don't have to do a manual sync every time. But anytime you want to sync your inventory, Vagrant, if you are in the mobile app, then yeah, you would want to go and process that sync when you're ready. It only takes a few seconds. Probably about 15, 20 seconds, Glare, for you to actually perform a sync, and then it's done. So you can do it whenever you want. Best time to do it is probably right before an auction.
Not hard at all.
Yeah. The community mod.
One thing I will say is
the community mod. Hang on, just 1 second, Glare. Vagrant, to be clear, the community mod is PC, but sync is not. Okay, sync is available in community mod. In PC without community mod. It's available in Android and iPhone, okay? So you don't have to have community mod in order to use Spox Club, all right? There's just they've basically created 4 different sync processes. One for the community mod, one for Scopely's native PC client, and then one for Apple and one for Android as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Glare.
Exactly.
I just saw that, and I didn't want Vagrant to get the wrong idea.
No, it's all good. And if anyone from Scopely is out there and listening and wants to work with us, we can unify it all through the website if you want to work with us, so we don't have to do it per platform. Anyways,
please.
Yes, one of the things, and we're still kind of researching. One of the things we're still kind of researching for V3 of Spox Club, because it's going to come out. I mean, like I said earlier, it's going to be all new apps. It's going to be, well, unfortunately, all new apps if they don't want to work with us, and, new website. But we are looking at ways that you could potentially automatically sync on the mobile devices and allow you to set a scheduled time for it to do it in the background, and it's done all on your device. None of the information about your Scopely account touches our servers. All it does is it will log in from your phone to Scopely, and it will go ahead and send the data like it normally does right now all over to us, so that you could try to do it like on a schedule, but that's still pretty far out.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Excellent development, guys, on this. Really, really. J-Babe says, okay, I need a step-by-step mobile sync, really dumbed down. Okay, I'm going to help you with that. All right, let's do that. Let's do that right now, actually. All right. First thing we're going to do, I'm gonna actually, well, I don't necessarily want to log out, but when you go to next.spox.club, okay, and you create your account, all right, do you have that, J-Babes? Do you have a Spox Club account?
DJ, sign into a private browser tab.
What?
Or just open a private browser tab.
What the hell does that mean? What is
it means that it doesn't store any of your information. So any of the websites that
is
you
that incognito?
Are logged into, such as a travel website or Spox Club,
is that incognito?
Yeah, incognito mode. It just depends on the browser you use. It's just private browsing. So then you can go to next.spox or have Glare or LightBulb tell you the process, but it's easier in a private tab. You don't have to sign out.
Okay, so here I am. I'm in next.spox.club. I'm going to go and I'm going to log in. Okay, I'm going to accept my cookies and I'm going to put in an email address. Okay, this is going to send me a one-time password. And it's basically just like one of those text OTPs where you put in a PIN, like a 6-digit number letter, and it'll go and you put that in. That basically creates your account. Okay. Once you've done that, and I'm not going to do that right now, right?
No, you don't need to do that.
No, I'm not going to do that. So once I've done that, then I am going to go to my sync button. Now, I'm going to close this out because I don't know. There's not a whole lot I can do there with my sync. I am going to come over here to my sync page. And I'm going to make sure that my token is not on this page.
Should be hidden by default.
Have you guys been working on having a automatic copy just the token button? Because I think I remember chatting with LightBulb before that on mobile, that would be really, really handy. Not that you need it a lot anymore, but so you don't have to try and on a phone highlight a particular set of text.
Yeah, there's a copy button. Look here. All right, I'm going to do this because my sync token is here. So let me walk.
I didn't used to be, so that's awesome.
Let me walk through this, Glare. Let's see if I get this right for J-Babes, okay? So I'm in. I've created my account. I come over here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the community mod because that's where my token is, right? And then I'm going to copy my token. Then I come over here to my mobile app. I'm going to download it on iOS or Google. I'm going to create that. Then when I go into my mobile app, I am going to see this screen that you just sent me, which I'm going to put back up on screen. I just lost your chat. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. I'm going to see this screen when I go into the mobile app. All right. Which is syncing is going to require me to log out. It's going to send my sync data. And I'm going to paste the token in that I just copied from this button right here. Copy to clipboard. That's my sync token. Right?
Exactly.
Okay. Then I'm going to paste that in here. I'm going to begin the sync. And right over here is where I get to, I guess, choose that I'm going to go to the beta site, right? I would choose that I'm sending it to the beta site. So then I just hit begin sync. Boom, done. That's it. All right. That's
it. Remembers it on your device for the next time you do it.
Yeah, that is it. Now, Need Input says, isn't there a video on the bottom of the site? There is a video, and that'll walk through. But in all fairness, this video is actually quite old and does not have some of the new features that they've built into their sync. So you can watch this, but it's a little older and doesn't have a lot of their newer nuances. Even the look of the sync mobile app looks a little bit different now than what it used to. So, yeah, Omicron says, I just did a beta sync on iOS. That was the easiest thing. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, all you got to do is just copy and paste your sync token. You never, ever want to share this. This is access to your account, okay? So copy it. Then you go to the mobile app, paste it, and it will actually start your game. When you start that sync, all right, it'll start your game, do the load, and then quit. Then you go to next.spox.club, and voila, everything will be here. All right, and by the way, that takes, what, seconds, Glare? I mean, it's a really, really fast upload process. You're probably talking less than a minute between actually doing the upload and then having all of your information parsed in here. So it doesn't take, if somebody wants to do it right now to look at inventory right now, they could do that, right?
Oh, 100%. And I just sent you a little sneak peek of what the next version of the app is going to look like across all devices if you want to show that. It's a proof of concept, but we're kind of working on it. As you can see, we're going to allow you to log in with Discord, Google, Apple, everything. It's going to be a lot cleaner. Whole new authentication system from the ground up. Potentially, we can add in other things. If you want to log in with Steam, we can allow you to log in with Steam for some reason. Because don't they have a Steam version of this, or am I going crazy? I think I'm going crazy.
I don't think there's a Steam version of STFC. I don't think so.
Gotcha.
The token, DJ Vlad. Okay, so the token, you go, you click on sync. All right, so down here under syncing, you click on syncing and then click on your community mod button. All right, and this is where your sync token is. All right, do not share the token with anyone. Don't be like me and actually put it on screen. I've actually done that before. I don't remember. I don't remember if I did it with you, Kill First.
Several times.
I think it was with you, wasn't it, Kill First? Because you had to change my token for me, and we had to change emails and everything because I accidentally put my sync token on stream. He had to go in and revoke it.
Well,
for me.
even if it's easy to revoke, so
Yeah, if I
it's
did,
fine.
they added a button just for me, guys. They they added a button just for me. So in case you did compromise your sync token, then boom, I can click on that button and it'll trash it and make a new one for me automatically.
The DJ's button.
Hey, no. They made the
can
copy.
find it.
They made the copy button
That's
for
impressive.
you, Tarpy. Okay, they made that button for you.
Yeah.
Vagrant says, can I get a link to the site? You absolutely may. There it is. It is pinned in chat. There you go. It's over in the Twitch chat right now. And if you are in Discord, if you're listening in podcast audience right now, then I will post this into the graphics room. And it's very, very simple. It is simply next.spox.club. And if you do the syncing tab there, then that'll take you straight over to where you can get your sync token. All right. And this way, everybody can use it.
I also just want to make sure that there's a really clear distinction for the podcast audience who might also be new players, that the community mod is a PC client. So if you play predominantly on mobile or entirely on mobile, if you're hearing people talk about the community mod, that is not for you unless you have a desktop client.
Correct.
So
Yeah, community
being
mod
able
is
to
a
currently sync.
PC version.
Yeah. You can do it on Mac, can't you?
Community mod?
Yes.
Community mod's available. Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. Well, computer then.
So it's a desktop client, not a mobile client is more my point, where the syncing that we're talking about, it can happen different ways. So there is an app. You can use the app to sync on a mobile device, and you can use that for your desktop client as well if you do or do not have community mod. You can have community mod automatically sync for you. So the mobile version, you have to selectively go and do that. So it's as frequent as you want it to be. So my last sync, I just did one 5 minutes ago. The last one I did before that was 2 weeks ago. So if I had community mod, it would be, or could be, automatic. So there's a whole lot of options here. I just wanted to be really clear that if you're a mobile player, it is a different experience right now than if you're a desktop player.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where you sync from. One thing I'll kind of plug real quick is LightBulb did a really good job with the sync log. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it through the app, through the community mod, or what. If you want to see what changed since you last synced, if you go to the syncing page that DJ posted in chat and you go to that status tab, it will show you what was in your last sync and where that sync came from.
Yeah, this is actually very, very cool. And again, you won't be able to see this on if you're listening in podcast, but on that same button right there, you can see all the changes. All right, which is very, very cool. And they'll tell you where those changes came from, when that sync occurred, and you can go down and just take a look. For example, I picked up, here was my Delta 17 minutes ago, Glare. I did a sync, and from the last time I had synced, it added 78 billion tritanium, 19,000 sigma trite, 77 1 billion tritanium tokens, and all this. I added 39 rare crystal, 150 uncommon crystal, and this is all from my last sync. So very, very cool stuff here. You can actually see some of your let's say that you are a player who is actively on a mission, and we've talked about this in the past, Glare. What if you wanted to specifically track all material income for 7 days or 30 days? Well,
You
got
could use
yeah,
a couple tools.
Yeah, the Spox Club has a couple of different ways that you could track that. All right, simply by using the Delta page, you could do a sync every 7 days and track your Delta, or you could just now you could do the alerts, right? You could actually set an alert. You could customize this in such a way, Glare, that I could say, hey, I'm going to put in my exact amount of inventory that I've got right here. I'm not going to spend anything for a month, and I'm going to come back and see what my delta is then. There's a couple of different ways you could do this.
Yeah, and there one thing that we have talked about in the past in various different places is like historical snapshots of your inventory. It's just, we've had so much stuff we haven't really done it yet. But one of the things we're kind of thinking of is like kind of like in the inventory page, like a button here. We can't have enough buttons. Maybe we'll add a couple red pips for it, just to like your natural environment. But essentially like a button that you can click to take a snapshot of your inventory, and then a couple of days later you can go back and look at that old snapshot and see the difference of what you have now versus what you had then.
I mean, that's very cool. That would be a nice addition to this tool. I certainly don't want to add anything more onto your guys' development list, but that would be a cool thing too. I know you guys have some other more pressing things that you're working on. This alerts thing, though, I cannot begin to tell you how excited this makes me right here. This is absolutely brilliant. There is no other word for it than... This is my STFC organizational tool. There is no other description for it, Tarpy. This is my to-do list. It's going to tell me what I need to do to keep my account as non-squishy as possible, Cruzito. All right. I mean, that's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. For those
I'm
of
a little
you,
more blunt than DJs.
huh?
So I will ask if there's a way, and I'm guessing it is actually possible now, to say I would like to plan for a T6 Crenshaw, because I'm staring down the barrel of G6 Rare to get to Shipyard 70. And I would like to say I want to save for a T6 Crenshaw plus however much rare I need to get to Shipyard 70 based on where I am right now.
Shopping cart.
Is that possible to do?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
with the inventory alerts right now, you have the advanced mode. I see what you're saying. You're saying from an upgrade. From the upgrade threshold, you could go calculate the two amounts, add them together, and put that as your inventory alert. So it would be a couple clicks, but I mean, essentially, you can do it right now.
And
I see what
I
you're
guess
saying.
with that,
6 rare.
yeah. So like with it, is there a way to also have that number be modified by future research? So I am 4 days of pulls in the Epic Transigen refinery from unlocking and therefore maxing the classic tricorder, which takes out a lot of rare mats between me and Shipyard 70. So is there any way for the numbers that you guys have to also automatically factor that in? Or do I have to go reset
You'd
that
probably
number?
you'd have to reset. You'd have to reset
massive.
the alert, because this is manual entry. Like, there's nothing that's being calculated here.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the first initial version, and we're very much happy to hear any feedback about that. So yeah, this is definitely something we want to look into in the future. We are planning a lot of things that make the calculators easier. For example, just the shopping cart feature, like you said, just add the cost of the shipyard and all its requirements plus the ship, and then display that on one page, and it will support inventory alerts as well. But for now, this is the first version we've come up with, and let's see how people use it.
Absolutely brilliant step one. Well, the fact that Glare has already kind of said, hey, there is a way you can adapt this and actually go ahead and use it for that purpose right now, Tarpy. You just got to put your number together. You could go to the cost requirement and do the calculation, add two numbers together, and put that in your upgrade. Then if you unlock a research efficiency, just redo your cost calculator, find the new numbers, and update your alert. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. Berlin says, but
That's
then I have to do
fantastic.
math. Gosh darn it, Kill First, and then I got to do my own math. Can't you do everything for me? Come on.
You know, I wish I could. The day we get bundle data from Scopely, it will be probably the happiest day in my STFC career.
Oh, man.
Because I really want cost from favors. I want cost for all refinery bundles. I want things to make it easier, less manual entry. And I so wish we got bundle data.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, as far as a step one, this is an incredible tool. I'm beyond thrilled with the alert function. And you're right. There's already multiple ways, Glare, to use the alert function. Just with the feature just with the ability that you guys built into it. So that's absolutely incredible. Guys, be sure to check it out. Next.Spox.club to continue testing out this beta and see all these amazing new features that these guys are rolling out. It's Glare, it's LightBulb here on our stage. Be sure to visit next.Spox.club and then pop on down to the bottom. If you find benefit in this, if you use these tools, let me be sure that you understand this. They charge nothing. This is an absolutely free service that they make available to you. But you know what? If you spend money in the game, if this makes your game better, consider dropping $1, $5, $50, $100, whatever it is that you feel like you can do, because maintaining this site ain't cheap, A. B, developing this stuff, definitely not cheap. All right. And it really just kind of comes down to showing these guys appreciation for what you guys are building over there, Glare. LightBulb, it's absolutely incredible, the tools that can come out of the community. And we're very, very grateful. As a community, we are very, very grateful. Thank you guys so very, very much. Wait, am I being rated? Hey, can we add an alert for me being rated? Can we do? No.
Wait,
oh, my God. I don't have a shield.
You could, though. You
So,
could. Couldn't you for like the amount of par steel you have?
We do not touch anything that could be considered a gray area, because we would hate for these tools that we spend so much time on to have to go away.
Wait. No, think about this. That's right, Tarpy. It would be steel management, right? When my steel drops below a certain amount, then I know I'm being rated and I get the alert. Hey, your steel just dropped. Boom. All right. Hey, yeah, we need text alerts.
But like,
how would it know though?
But
how would it know?
Yeah. Like if you're not okay, DJz has the game open right now in the background, so it could actually do that.
Oh my God, we've got to test this. We've got to test this right now. I want to do this right now. I got 300.
Hey, DJz,
Jonathan Ingram.
Don't test it on stream.
Why not?
Because they just said they don't want some stuff taken away if it's a thing.
But okay. Fine.
Just saying.
I like how giddy you are, but at the same time, we don't want it to, we build a tool for you to manage your resource. And if someone starts using it to see if they're,
stop thinking of bad things. Whose idea was that anyway? That was yours, Tarpy. Shame on you. Shame. Just shame.
I'll deal with it. You loved it. So
I did.
I was
very giddy about it.
You were the one who went crazy.
I was like, holy shit, that's brilliant. All right. I am in the meantime working on my eviscerator loot. Let's see. ISO matter. Apex.
Did you just swear on a podcast?
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Sorry. It was hopefully covered up. All right. First one, Apex ISO matter. I'm going to create an alert for that. We're going to call this eviscerator loot 1. I don't even remember. Is that how you spell it? Eviscerator loot 1. And to maintain my refinery pools, I am going to come in here and I need 130,000 every single day. And the cooldown is only 1 day and I want 7 days. So it's going to tell me anytime I get below 1 million. Perfect. Create. Then I got to create volatile, right? Then we have volatile down here. Now, this is a perfect example about using the multiple bundle thing, right? This is what we were just talking about, Glare, right? So I've got volatile ISO matter for exchange for officers, artifacts, and resources. So I'm going to come in here to the officer one first. That is volatile isomatter. I'm going to create alert here for Eviscer. I can't spell it. The Eviscerator Loot 2. And I'm going to use the advanced mode. Bundle number 1 is going to cost $120,000 with 1 day cooldown. I'm going to add another bundle, which is going to be my artifact exchange, which is another $120,000 every day. And I'm going to add a third bundle, which is my G6 resources, $120,000 every day. And I want 7 days refine. So it's going to tell me if I get below 2.5 million. Am I below 2.5 million? I sure am. So it's going to then tell me that that is something that I need to work on. Oh, this is so great. This makes me so happy. You guys are brilliant. You know that? LightBulb, you're brilliant. Glare, you're bloody brilliant. I should have wrote Gorn Loot. That's what I should have done, Mimi. That would be a good idea. So, isomatter is one.
Well, and soon we'll be expanding it with added capabilities probably, but we just wanted to release it today.
Oh, dude. Absolutely crazy cool. Absolutely crazy cool. Ladies and gentlemen, the absolute bloody geniuses behind Spox.club. It is LightBulb. It is Glare. I'm going to refresh my page. It's going to tell me that I need Eviscerator Loot 2. How much did I have of Loot 1? Oh, so that didn't need an alert. My threshold is 900,000, but I've got 4 million. And by the way, even I just noticed this too. I can actually click on my alerts overview, and by clicking the little down button, it'll give me a quick snapshot of where I'm at. So even if I just wanted to look, okay, my threshold's 98 million, but I've only got 13 million. Okay, got to do that. Polygons, 13 million. I got 3 million. Got to work on that. Borg Solos, I've got 92 million, but I only need 70 million there, so I'm good on that one. Even if I didn't use the alerts, this is still my shopping list right here. This is so cool. Balabomb says I should have called my alert Get Gorny. I like it. Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to stop by. I know it's very late for you, LightBulb, but I really appreciate it. Guys, the brilliance behind Spox Club. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much for having us, and thank you everyone for your feedback. Play around with the new features today. If you find a bug, please report it. If you have any feedback, please reach out. We're very happy to expand on this. And yeah, thanks for having us, DJs.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Super awesome stuff here. The other thing that I wanted to get into a little bit tonight, Tarpy, while we had some time on the podcast, was to take a look inside the game at this new ST Day Battle Pass. So let's do a little bit of analytics on this thing very quickly just to see if this thing has any bang for its buck. I looked at it very briefly earlier, did not do any math on it. So we're going to take a look. This Star Trek Day Battle Pass. All right. It is under season passes. It's another battle pass. And again, you will never hear me fussing. You're not going to hear me fuss about this, Matters. You're not going to hear me fuss about this, Tarpy. And why? Why am I not going to fuss about another battle pass?
Because there's a free track.
Because there is a bloody free track. All right. There's a free track. So this is the Star Trek Day Pass. It looks like it's going to be about a 5-day event. Okay. Caledon says, this is the second time you brought up math. What the hell? Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of math tonight. All right. I'm feeling gorny. So we're going to do a little bit of math. Let's take a look first at what the Battle Pass would cost if we were going to buy it, okay? Here it is, Star Trek Day Battle Pass. You can get it for $19, all right? So just like any other Battle Pass, $20. You can do a $100 pack if you want, but we're going to take a look at the $20 pass by itself here today, Tarpy. And let's take a quick peek. So inside the Star Trek Day Battle Pass, we see that we have 17,800. That would be 23,800, 24,000, 28,000, 31,000 loot in the free track. Okay? 31,000 loot, absolutely free. What can we get for our 31,000 loot? Well, we've got two bundles. inside the event store. We've got ship parts. That includes relativity parts, vindicator parts, revenant parts, if you're looking for that, eviscerator, protector, NX01, board cube, Monavine, Fisha, all the way on down. Okay? Good night, Tiny
What are
Mama.
they missing?
What? What are they missing?
What are they missing? That
Junker.
came out.
Junker.
Yeah.
You guys. Oh, and that's right. Thank you, Blyrish. Double that loot because the top row has 2 levels. Thank you. 62,000 loot. Sorry. Thank you. 62,000 loot. Thank you, Blyrish, for the correction. 31,000 is displayed, but you get double. There's double bundles. Okay? So 62,000 loot is what you can earn absolutely free to play. What can we get? Well,
Free
about
stuff at a bare minimum.
you can get 8 pulls of looks like any of these ship parts. 8 pulls of any of the ship parts. Okay. Then you've got another bundle, which is officers. You also have premium mirror dust in here, where Tarpy you could get, it looks like about between 650, 750. Okay.
7.
Premium mirror dust, not shabby.
Yeah.
Not shabby. You've got epic officers in here where you could pull 10 epic shards. You could pull what looks to be about 30 rare officer shards. Okay. And by the way, good officers.
For free.
Yeah, for free.
Right.
Good officers. McCoy, Savick. Okay. Good officers. Watt Carroll's in here, but she's an epic, so you can only get 10 of her. But that's 10 for free. Let's take a look at the events that they're running. Okay. Today, mining. Well, that's funny because I also had to do mining for my Flash Pass. So we've got Synergy. Take a shot. Synergy between the two. All right. So by completing your Flash Pass, you're also completing your Star Trek Day Pass because this is absolutely free. 0 additional effort. 0 additional effort. Damn it.
What? Wait. So are we saying those battle pass milestones don't match?
No, what we're saying is I missed day 1.
Oh, burn.
I missed day 1. No, I missed day 1. Why? That's right.
You found that button fine.
0 effort. Okay, just pay attention. Okay, it doesn't require any effort. Please, just for the love of Pete, pay attention. See, I did my Flash Pass, and I thought I was done, and I didn't look at the other one. That's right, duder. Hold my beer. All right. -1 content creator rank. Thank you. If only I played the game. Well, I am playing a little bit more, okay? That's right. I didn't unify. All right. I didn't unify thing. So anyway, I did miss a couple of points there. But anyway, we'll see what happens at the end. We'll see what happens at the end. We'll see what happens at the end, okay? That being said, you've got synergy between your Flash Pass and your Star Trek Day Pass. Okay. Riskbreaker says it does require a little effort. You just proved that. Fair. It's the same event.
Savage.
It's the same event. The milestone is just slightly off. Thank you, Riskbreaker. Appreciate that. Anyway, so that's what you're looking at for absolutely free. Now, let's talk about the $20. Okay. Let's see if the $20 is worth it. I'm going to pull up a calculator here and let's see what we've got along the bottom here, Tarpy, which is a substantial amount more. 6, 18,000, 12,600, 9,000. And we're going to multiply that by 2. So we're getting 180,000 loot along the bottom. So long story short, Tarpy, here's where you're at. You're at 60,000 along the top. You're at 180,000 at the bottom. Okay? So you got 3 times more loot for $20. And actually, it's 4 times the total loot, right? You get 1x for free.
Yeah.
You get 4x for $20. So let's go back. Let's do the math. We just said 10 epic shards for free, which means $20 gets you 40 epic shards. We just said that the free track is 30 rare shards, which means $20 is 120 rare shards. Guys, that's big. Okay? You're going to cap out at premium
That's
dust.
3 unlocks.
Yeah. You're going to cap out at 1,125 premium mirror dust. There is a 10 pull cap there. 1,100 premium mirror dust. You're going to be able to pull 8,800 relativity parts if you're my tier. Okay? Vindicator parts, 5,500. Probably not the best value there, but we got to get it upgraded eventually. Okay? Eventually.
Someday.
At some point. Okay? 3.4 million epic Revenant parts. I mean, this is...
That's a whole tier.
Yeah. Yes, the alerts are off because we were taping a podcast. I'll turn them back on here in just a few minutes. Ro, I'm sorry. I see it. I'll turn them back on just a minute because we were finishing up a taping of a podcast. All right. Voltron says, how many again if we buy? How many what? Long story short, 60,000 loot free. A total of 240,000 loot if you pay $20. And I will point out that I do not see pull caps on the officers. 30 epic shards, 120 rare shards, $20. I'll tell you what, I'm a 100% buyer. That is, Tarpy, if I can still finish the battle pass now that I've missed a day. I need to look and see if I can actually finish. Because, I mean, dude, there's 60,000 loot just on the last milestone, so I might hang out for a second just to make sure I can finish it.
Yeah, so there was a conversation in your Discord today, and it's been happening every so often since they talked about canceling flashpoints. Flashpoints were a really good source. Well, not really good. They were an okay source of premium mirror dust. So that tree came out a year ago at this point. So it's not exactly brand new content, but all of the research in there, except for the Syndicate one, are still really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with canceling flashpoints is that was going to be a consistent source of a reasonable amount of premium dust for people who either are done with the arena premium dust or can't do arenas for whatever reason, or just an additional source on top of what you get on Wednesdays through the Zindi event. So if they actually keep that particular node for the premium dust when they do the Ferengi, they just copy pasted the Ferengi event store and just changed the tokens. So if they keep that for future runs of this, that kind of does what we were talking about in the Discord, where it would replace the free-ish access to that amount of premium dust.
It could.
Good.
We'll have to see what they do with that. Now, I was doing some math while Tarpy was talking there. I was doing a little bit. This is going to be an assumption, okay? I do not have confirmation on this. I personally will still wait until day 4 or day 5 just to make sure. I do not see an overflow for Star Trek Day. What I do see, though, is that today's event paid 4,000 Battle Pass points. Yesterday's event paid 4,000 Battle Pass points. There's 5 days of events, which means there would be a total assumption of 20,000 Battle Pass events, but to finish the pass only requires 16,000 points. Tarpy, I am going to assume that they have built in 1 day's buffer here, which means if I stay perfect for 3 more days, then I should be able to finish it. So if you've missed yesterday or today, as long as it was only 1, then there is still my assumption that you should be able to finish this. Okay, if you've missed both days, then you're not. Not without buying points. But yeah, Voltron, pressure is on at this point now. Balabom says, ha, 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 sure, you can do it, DJs. Well, now I'm going to be paying attention. Because honestly, I didn't look at it, but you know what? The value is there. The value's there, okay? To be perfectly blunt, I'm down for 120 rare shards for $20. I mean, I am. Okay? So, shut up, Riskbreaker. He says, perfect? You? What? All right. I feel like the value is there for me. Even at 30 epic shards. No, it was 40, wasn't it? We got 10 epic shards for free, so it'd be 40 epic shards for $20. Guys, the value's there, I believe. So, and you know what? Even if it's not there for you in value, if it's not there, the $20 spend is not worth it to you, that is fine. You're still getting stuff for free. And that is why I will 100% not ever fault Scopely for throwing as many battle passes into the game as they freaking want to. I did see that, Tarpy. I saw somebody fussing earlier. This is 5 battle passes now. Keep them coming, baby. As long as what, Tarpy? I've got 1 condition on a battle pass. 1. What is it?
That you finish day 1.
Okay, no, that's not it, Tarpy. God bless it. Community.
Oh.
What is UltimatDJz ground rule requirement of Scopely for me to stay silent while they load tons, dozens, multiples, don't care. Load a new battle pass every single day for all I care, as long as they do
Webster Sponge
what?
has it.
That's right. Webster Sponge has
Webster
it.
Sponge have it.
What?
That the math is easy enough for you to do.
Okay, A, sure. That would be 8.1. All right. But A, there must be a free track. You got it, Duke Vengeance. You got it, Cruzito. You got it, Silver Tab. You got it, Scythan. You've got it, Victor. You got it, Whiskers. You got it, Mazed. You got it, Voltron. You got it, Clark. You got it, Caledon. You got it, Martok. See, my chat is with me. Let's go. And Cruzito brings up a really good point. When has there not been? You're exactly right, which is why the community has got to.
Hold on. Those things that you have to pay to buy the tokens for, that is exactly this.
What are you talking about?
Except without a free track. So those events that you have to pay $100 or $50 to buy the tokens to participate in, those are the version of this that do not have a free track.
Okay, fine. And guess what? We pooped on it, didn't we?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. This is so much better because there is a free track. No one is mad.
Technically, it wasn't a battle pass. Technically. At least it did.
But it was
present.
a different event. Yeah.
It didn't present like a battle pass. And by the way, I did advocate on that. They should have given 1 event for free anyway. Even with ticketed events, there's always been 1 freebie. You know, so that should have happened. But that's a different conversation for a different day. Okay? This is an actual battle pass with a paid track and a free track, and Scopely, keep them coming. You'll never hear me fuss about it. You could offer a new battle pass every single day. I don't care. Bring it. Keep it coming.
So the reason I say that, DJs, is people are now like, oh, but it's a battle pass, not an event. But the idea is those are pay-to-play events. The bottom track of a battle pass is essentially the same thing. So that is where I'm trying to go with that is we have the option of a free event. They are giving us the option to participate. We can see it there. It is a thing. Those other ones where you have to pay just to get a token and they don't give you any free access. That's what I'm saying.
I get it, but it's apples and oranges, man. Totally different thing. For
exactly,
the record,
Victor.
for the
paid
record,
battle pass is extra. Like,
yeah,
It's fine.
I don't think we're communicating on the same wavelength here, Tarpy, because it's not even making sense to me.
I think
All right.
I think we are and we aren't. I think we are and we aren't. We're agreeing on it, but I'm also saying like they heard our feedback on those stupid pay only things.
No, they
and
didn't.
They keep offering them anyway because people keep buying them.
Well, no, they didn't,
but
because
they're
that's
also
coming
doing
back.
this.
All right.
I know. I said that.
I don't care. If they want to offer ticketed events, this is always going to be up to a player to enter. I am not going to ever fuss about a free track, ever. Okay? And I'm just going to make it very plain. I don't care if you sell tickets. If you do, you should always provide a freebie. Always. All right, that's just the way ticketed events have always been. And for the record, I usually like ticketed events. I didn't see the value there on these last ones. All right? So I'm not necessarily whatever. The last ones didn't do it for me. All right? But you will never, ever hear me complain about a free track of a battle pass. Ever. Run them every day. And for the community members who do fuss about it, shh. Shh. That's not what I'm saying, Tarpy. I don't understand how you're drawing the connection between the crappy meta and a battle pass. I don't follow.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, it
doesn't matter.
It obviously does to you. You're being fussy. Explain it. How do you see that these are
I'm
the
not.
same?
I'm letting it go.
Okay. All right. We'll let it go. Yeah, I'm all for this event. Keep it free. That's right. I love free tracks as much as I love hazards. You got it. Boom. Okay. Centurion says these should be $10. You know, I could see that, but then we would get less value, right? Look, we just did the math on this, Centurion. It is 120 rare shards for $20, or 40 epics for $20, or 1,100 premium dust for $20. The value, but again, you know what? You're right. Maybe that's it for you. Maybe that the value piece, that's what we were talking about with the $20. All right. So maybe the value isn't there for you on that one. But hey, at least you've got a free track. You see what I'm saying? At least you've got a free track there. Okay? And that's it. If you choose to pay nothing, you still actually get something. Centurion says if it was $10, then I might do it. Well, that's great. The value on the paid track is absolutely up for you to decide. But whether or not you decide, all right, whether or not you decide the bottom track is for you, you actually still get value out of the top track because it's free. So that's the comparison I'm making, or the explanation that I'm giving there. Okay, so that's what you've got with the new Star Trek Day Pass. It's awesome. Keep them coming. Load me up. And honestly, as long as I feel like I can finish it, I probably will dump $20 into that. That's right. More is always more. Okay. Captain Taylor says I spent all my STFC money on Powerball this month. Did you win anything? I hope so. All right. Voltron says, do you not like the specialty ship parts because of the officers listed? No, I do. As a matter of fact, I will be buying relativity parts. And this was what I was kind of begrudgingly saying to Tarpy a minute ago. I really do need to start looking at the Vindicator. It's just so freaking slow. It's so slow, but they keep dangling it out here. I'm going to eventually have to do it. My Vindicator is still tier 7. I tried to do a G6 Armada with it today, and I died. I'm going to have to invest in it eventually. But I'll tell you what, 75,000 loot for 5,000 parts, that's... I know, Mimi, or Shiz, when is the Vindy going to get some TLC? It's not here. I mean, I feel like if I ever want to upgrade that ship, I'm going to have to start spending stupid amounts of loot. I'm going to have to start spending. Duder says I don't even use the thing. Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. It gets good. It gets good at the high tiers, guys. It does.
So would that be a thing you want to do once they do announce G7 to see if they do any upgrades to it to see if it would be any good at G7 levels? Because if you're a 70 without a Crenshaw or without a G7 or G6 Epic, and you're still accomplishing what you need to accomplish, does a higher tier, faster Vindicator actually help you?
It will, and I'll tell you why. There's one reason it'll help me, and that's for G6
Fleet Commander
solo
skill
armadas.
points?
No, G6 solo armadas at the high tiers for hazard resistance. That is literally it. No, I didn't die to a G6 armada. I can do it with my board cube, but I'm doing it up in the level 70 space where the hazards are 500%. So I only get off like 5 or 6 armadas and then I die. Okay? So if I can get the Vindicator, which has hazard resistance for that space, then I can stick around there and just grind them all day long. Cruzita says you don't need it if you have the Chaos Tech, DJs. Which one is that? Is that the Stasis Globe or whatever?
The G6.
Don't have it.
Yeah. The
I
hazard
don't have
one.
it. Swifty says, DJs, you're absolutely right. Thank you. Its only use for us is that it is helpful with hazards. That's it. First Squad says, listen to what you just said. No one else cares. Wait, what? I'm confused. For G6 Solar Armadas, yeah, it matters. But only for hazard resistance. Now, if you do have the Chaos Tech, I guess you don't have to worry about it. All right? But the Vindicator matters. Listen, there are whales. There are whales that use it to grind. There are whales that use it to do their dailies because of the hazard resistance. All right? So, yeah, I do. At high tiers, the Vindicator is great because of hazard resistance. So, Chaos says, my Vindy tier 10 is getting 510 per pull, and you're getting 565. Well, let me double check my Vindicator. I'm pretty sure I'm not that high. I could be higher than I think I am. I still died with it today. Vindicator. Yeah, tier 7, bro. Tier 7 Vindy. Okay. That's right. The Junker has the same resistance, but I don't think the Junker holds up against Armadas in the same way. All right. The Vindicator has proven itself very capable against the Armadas. That's just it, Bomb Diggity. Mine is too, but it's not useless. It's useless at the very low levels, but when it gets high, it's like it just crashes through like the Kool-Aid Man. All right. Like it's worthless until it's not, and then it's one of the best ships in your fleet. Okay, honestly. Lost in, Cruzito, somebody back me up on this thing. It's actually very good at the high tiers.
Matters.
Matters
has used his for a while.
Oh, Matters loves his. Okay? I mean, it is a crappy ship until it's not, and then it's wild. Okay? Then it's absolutely wild.
I have a teammate that came back after being away for 4 years. So he has actually not played in longer than my original 2 servers existed. So it has been really interesting hearing him interact with some of the newer specialty ships while they're actually close to his intended ops range.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually really values his Eviscerator. And I don't think he has the Vindicator yet because he's been having to pick and choose.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to see the comments of people who get to grow with those ships.
Yeah.
Like with them rather than having to have the ships play catch up.
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I've heard players like JB have said, I've heard Rev say this. Like, honestly, their recommendations today, I'm trying to remember who said this on stream literally just a day or two ago. It might have been Ultra, might have been Mord. I don't remember, but they were like literally, they don't recommend building a faction ship until the Pylum. Like, don't build a faction ship at all. If you're joining the game today or if you're low G3, yes, that's who it was. Check. Thank you. It was Lube. Lube said there is absolutely no point in building a faction ship until the Pylum. That's a G4 rare, guys. Ops 46. And he says there is absolutely no reason to build it. You've got the tally, right? Or the what was the original one? I don't even remember the Vidar, the Vidar,
Vidar,
and the
just
Tally,
regular
and
Vidar.
the Protector now, and the Monavine now. Zero G says, I don't really agree with that. And listen, if you're going to be a budget player, though, Zero, if you're going to be a budget player, these specialty ships are holding their own. They really are. Look at Riskbreaker. Riskbreaker is Ops 68, ready to go to Shipyard 70. The Selkie is his only G6 ship. He's surviving on specialty ships. And look what he says. Vindicator, Revenant, Relativity, Junker, all of them are fantastic for me. All of the recent specialty ships are extremely useful at the higher tiers. They are. I'm telling you, the Vindicator is there. It's just so slow, isn't it, Shiz? It's so slow. God, it's so slow. And that's why I say
Riskbreaker's credit,
I'm eventually going to have to start investing in it.
Yeah. So some of that recommendation also comes with the knowledge of how much it makes sense for your lifestyle and your gameplay to be able to grind as much as Riskbreaker does. Like, he is super impressive at how much he grinds. So like, your mileage may vary with how well you can survive waiting 10 weeks for some faction ships or non-faction ships. So he's doing an amazing job while also grinding a lot more than the average player.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a little bit of a leak as we get ready to end the show, Tarpy. Since you bring
a
that
leak,
up,
like a vegetable.
Yeah. No need to call anybody.
Oh, sweet.
Since you bring it up, I am going to.
What did I bring up?
You bring up the 10-week waiting period on original ships.
Oh. Okay.
Let me just tell you that I'm going to be very choosy with my words here. But, Tarpy, you told me earlier today that you needed a leak. You needed me to spill the beans.
Don't get me in more trouble.
September. That's it. It was all Tarpy's fault, and she's the boss of me. So I've got to give you guys something for September. I'm going to give you 2.
Again.
So here you go. As we get ready to end the show, here are your 2 leaks that are completely unauthorized, and I'm going to give them to you anyway. There has been a very concerted effort among playtesters, moderators, content creators, and PAC. We've all agreed on this a great deal over the last several months. As a matter of fact, you might even remember me saying this as early as 2 years ago when Echo was a community manager, and we said there needs to be 2 battle passes in a month, right? One for advanced players and one for the lower level players to focus on original early content so that they can come up. I've said many, many times that developing for 5 generations of player is impossible. And Scopely has proven me correct. Okay? Scopely has proven me correct that they cannot program for 5 generations. Leon, the answer is not the IA building, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? That is an answer for late game players. Okay? It is. For you and me, and for Lost In and Riskbreaker, we would love to put 10 more ships in the IA building. All right? But what about new experienced players? What about new players that have joined in the game? What about somebody who's Ops 25 today, Ops 30 today, that are going through the game for the first time? They still deserve an opportunity to play that content. But how do they earn it, Tarpy? 10
you have to
weeks.
Wait 10 weeks.
10 weeks through a once-a-week event, Saturday, Cosmic Cleanup, go grind some hostels, get a couple blueprints, blah. There's not even good content that surrounds it. There's not even good content for Disco. There's no good content for Monavine anymore. Those arcs are long past. Well, finally, we have been told, haven't seen it. I reserve judgment, but we've been told finally that starting in September, we're going to start to see a more concerted effort at consolidating earlier levels of the game, meaning that G3 and G4 are going to have a totally different experience this month as compared to G5 and G6. finally we're getting 2 event tracks. Okay? And the G3, G4 experience is going to be focusing on actually diving into earlier gameplay, earlier loops, and developing that and accelerating that faster. Vagrant says, Connor did say that they were going to stop neglecting us littles. He did, didn't he, Vagrant? He did say that. And I am super, super proud of the fact that we might finally possibly see that they're going to start diverging the paths based on generation, because the game is impossible to program for 5 generations. It just is. Riskbreaker says, wasn't that mentioned in Connor's vid? I know that he had talked about it. I don't know if he gave a timeline, but we are going to see version number 1 in September. With this new arc, we're going to see the first steps towards separating generational gameplay. And I'm very, very happy about it. I'm extremely happy about it. What we are going to see are separate battle pass engagements to focus on what a G3 and G4 player should be focused on. And separate battle pass engagements for what a G5 and G6 should be focused on. All right? This means, and I quote, that every hostel, every event, and every milestone you complete drives you towards real goals and real progression, not just endless repetition. That, I love that line. Cruzito said it's what they're doing for 1 through 20 players right now. Yeah, don't they have that? What's it called? They've got their own battle pass down there. I can't remember what it's called. All right. That's super cool. That's super cool. What's it called? Generations or the Frontier Battle Pass? The Frontier Battle Pass. That's it. The
Almost like you have an account down there.
Yeah, okay. I'll get around to it. All right. They're starting to do
You're
that.
going to have to.
I know I'm going to have to. They're starting to do that, and I think that's great. There's leak number 1. Okay? It starts in September. Victor says it sounds exciting as a G4 player, but I'm not holding my breath. And again, I haven't seen it either. All right? This is what they're telling me, but it's about damn time. And I am just happy that they're acknowledging that they're doing it. It has to be at least a little different, right? Has to be at least a little different. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. Yes.
So that's specifically for like accelerating some of the existing older content, right? So that way you don't have to spend the required however many weeks getting whatever. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what it's going to look like, but yes, they are accelerating. They want they want to do is they don't want players waiting weeks and or months to do the exact same stuff we did. They want them to drive through that content significantly faster, but to still gain the experience. For example, and by the way, this is an example that I brought up when asking them to clarify for me. So this is not the example that I think they're going to lead with, all right? But when I said, so make sure I understand, for example, we all had to scrap a Stella 25 times. Are we talking about events that give rewards or changing scrap bundles so that a player can experience Stella, but maybe only scrap it 5 times, and then they're done with the loop? And their response was, exactly. Okay? Think about this. Your original Franklin, right? You remember how many of those stupid tech modulators we had to grind out and had to go through all that to upgrade this ship? What if they increased loot? Or what if they added millions of those things to the loot chest? Or added this or that or whatever so that players could still have to grind on their Franklin, but could do it for, I don't know, 8 weeks instead of 6 months. Okay? Now, Captain Taylor says that's already possible.
That sounds a lot better.
I'm sorry?
That sounds a lot better. That's all I said.
Yeah, I again, I don't know what it looks like, and I don't know what they're focusing on the first month. All right? I don't know. But when I tried to give an example of accelerating the timeline, that they said this is exactly what we have in mind, right? The Devore. Oh, God, how bad is the Devore, right? How about now we still make players mine Latinum? We want them to experience that loop. We just don't want it to take 12 months for them to max it. We're going to let them do it in 2. Right? That is cool. All right? That's cool.
The connected part of my question is for the same players that they are trying to accelerate through G4 and G5, and yes, A. Powell, this is for you. And even as they're trying to get people to speed through G6 now, are they going to start, while they're thinking about the specialty ship loops, allowing players to get the new ones in less than 100 days? Because you have 100 days, and I get why it's 3 months, but you have 100 days to wait for the new content. And then you have about another 100 days if you're in G5 or G6 to get that content to where it's even vaguely useful for your ops level. So that could be the entire time it takes someone to go from picking up the game for the first time to getting to G6, almost at this point.
That would be really, really aggressive. That was not a
It
part
would
of my.
be, but it's not impossible.
That was not a part of my conversation today. Okay, I would not expect that, to be perfectly honest with you. I think they're pretty set. They're pretty set with this 100-day thing, but they have done a little bit better. Reliant wasn't 100 days. Okay, Junker didn't end up being 100 days. I mean, they're still toying with like that 75 to 100 time frame. All right, but the Reliant ended up being quicker, right? Listen, the Serene Squall is going to be faster. I think we've got that clock down to like 77 days here so far, right? So, I mean, yeah, 75 days, says Cruzito. So they're getting a little bit better with that, okay? But that was not a topic of the conversation we were having today, all right? But you know, they did get a little bit better with Serene Squall, so let's continue to see how that develops, all right? But again, they're finally acknowledging the fact that, hey, we can't program for 5 generations. So yes, Tarpy, our goal is to get people to Ops 50 just like that. All right. But we don't want you to skip the content. Like, we don't want to start you with an Ops 50 account, because then you haven't learned. Then you haven't grown. Then you haven't experienced the narrative. Then you don't know what these ships do. We still want you to learn. We still want you to play with these ships. We still want you to go through that loop, go through that process. But we're not going to ask it to take you 6 years like it did for us. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this is a really, really good start. And again, I have not seen it. I have only discussed it with them in concept and in theory. They have not shown me any data. They have not shown me any of the events, but they say it starts. Step 1 begins in September. And I'm very excited about that.
So when you say part 1, and I'm doing this because what we often hear as a player base is we hear something that Scopely is suggesting, and then we take it about 5 steps further than what they're actually meaning.
I'm sure that it's going to be
this could be an absolute baby step, and it's better than what we had.
My expectation is that we're going to see totally different event tracks for G3 and G4 as compared to G5 and G6. And those event tracks are going to focus on content and rewards that are going to help you through your G3 and G4 development. Okay? Wood Cannon says catch up.
So it might not be. Go ahead. Sorry.
Wood Cannon says, so catch up only quicker, get to 40 or 50. Well, yeah, they're not going to bring you all the way up to Ops 70. Okay? Listen, how many generations do you think is appropriate to program for? It's certainly not 5. Me personally, I don't know if they would ever go this tight, but I would like probably 2 generations. Like right now, and you know what? Maybe they're kind of already doing that, Tarpy. I mean, most of the content's G4 and G5 now. Honestly, I'd say 2 generations, G5 and G6. Cruzito says 3 is about right, but even that's challenging because of power creep. Honestly, I'm gonna get ballsy here, Cruzito. I say they need to do 2. I think they need to do 2. Carissa says, why don't they modify the base cost of things in G3 and G4? Probably too much core architecture change there, Carissa, but you can absolutely accelerate those through rewards. You know what I wouldn't be surprised to see is a battle pass that gives tens of thousands of materials. I wouldn't be surprised to see events that pay chunks of blueprints. And by the way, I am suggesting these things as far as my brainchild. I don't know what we're going to see. Okay? I do not know what we're going to see. But
And
what
we shouldn't expect the world.
Agreed.
Is what I'm trying to say too.
They have told me that this is going to roll out in stages, but they are beginning that process here in September, where they are going to start to accelerate earlier players to get them to within a meaningful target area to where they can enjoy newer content. And I think that's been a complaint
great.
of the players for a very long time. All right. Riskbreaker says G4 refinery already gives a lot. You're absolutely right. But how many G4 specialty ships exist? Right? How many G4 specialty ships exist that you're waiting 10 weeks per ship? What if you could now wait 2 weeks per ship? What if the G4 experience truly only ended up being 6 months all the way through G4? And not skipping anything, right? But to actually use the content, to actually learn and participate in that content and complete it. Okay? So I am optimistic. And simply the fact that they came and told me about it, and said, hey, listen, step 1 starts as soon as next week. I mean, I'm glad to see it. We shall see what it looks like, Tarpy. I am expecting smaller incremental changes here right up front, but I think what we're going to start by seeing is a big differentiation in event targeting. I think that is step 1. That is what I believe step 1 is. They're going to allow G3 and G4 to focus on G3 and G4 loops and content, while G5 and G6 are going to be playing with G5 and G6 loops and content. In other words, G3 and G4 are not just going to get boring-ass hostile hunts every day. And isn't that good? I mean, I have heard from G3 players when, there's a freebooter event. Well, they can't do that. And then there's a Franklin A event. Well, they can't do that. And then there's solo wave events. They can't do that. What do they always get? They always get a generic hostile event. That's boring. So I think this is really, really good for them. And I hope that it works. Cruzito says, I think we need to fine-tune it. G4 and G5 should be looped together, non-Sigma. Maybe so. I don't know. Again, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if they're going to do 3 generations, 2 generations, whatever. I just know that whatever they do, Cruzito, it's an improvement at this point. Whatever they do to accelerate earlier time frame is an improvement. It is what Connor said they were going to do, and he's apparently kicking ass and taking names over there. And I'm pleased to see it, even if it's just incremental here in September. I mean, that video was just weeks ago, and we're going to see immediate change. That's right. Trust but verify. I'm optimistic. I do want to see it. I haven't seen it, but based on what they've shared with us, I'm looking forward to seeing what they have developed for September. Go ahead, Tarpy.
At minimum, it would be wonderful. So kind of combining one of the ideas you had, if G3 players like 38, 39, once they reach deep space, could get some of the blueprints for the ships that they need to build at 40. So there's like 4 or 5 ships that you can build between 40 and 43.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't remember the exact number. So it's just like, if you can get those a little bit sooner. Yeah. Like that would just solve some of that pressure.
Absolutely. Victor says Connor did mention that G3 and G4 specifically is being neglected, and they have been, but he also doesn't want to take away their experience. Okay? The experience, now granted, this is going to be kind of a nostalgic but pain in the ass moment. Just like we had to experience worms, okay? They're going to have to experience worms, okay?
You did.
But they don't have to do it for a year and a half like we did, right? Okay, so there's some of that, all right? But I do think you're exactly right, Tarpy. I think what I would expect based on this conversation, what I expect is now an acceleration of those earlier mechanics. You still got to play them. You still got to learn them. Still got to do them. But you don't have to do them forever and ever on repeat. They want you to experience it, get comfy with it, move on. And if they do that,
New cosmic cleanup where you get tokens or 10 blueprints at a time would do it.
whatever they do, okay, whatever they do,
Yeah.
if they accelerate it
That'd
by
be
3
nice.
or 4 times, then you do get to bring the generations closer together, even with new players, and you might actually start to develop good, solid content for one group of players within 2 generations of each other instead of trying to program for 5. All right. All right. That was leak number 1.
Second leak, yeah.
I don't even remember what the second leak was. Oh, I do remember what the second leak was. I am actually... Okay, so leak 2.1, I believe, actually happened with Rev today. You guys tell me, and then I will make sure that I don't say anything incorrect. Rev leaked that there was a new hostel. Is that correct?
How?
If that were to be true, and Venadia says, yes, he did. He did say there were new hostels in September. If that was to be true, it probably means that there's going to be a new loot. And if there was a new loot, that probably means there's going to be a new refinery. And if there's a new refinery, then it probably means there's going to be new bundles with new rewards and new exchanges. And if all that was going to happen, then I would want something really, really nice in that refinery. What I can say is if that refinery were to exist, then I would be really, really pleased that there is a previously paid only item that will obtain its sourcing. Sorry, that could obtain its sourcing in said refinery, if it were to exist.
You're talking the most like obscure prime particle, right?
I am not saying anything more than I already have. Let me tell you this.
Fair enough.
I am looking forward to it because I do not own this item. So I am looking forward to it. It was what was actually going to happen. Then it's just another thing I got to keep up with. So what have we always said? Juice better be worth the squeeze. For me, the juice could be worth the squeeze. May not be for everybody. May not be for everybody. But I am looking forward to one of the rewards that could have maybe possibly been discussed for this new, potentially hypothetical, theoretical refinery. And I will participate solely for this one thing. Because it's paid only right now. And I don't have it. And I want it. So there you go. Will you need to wait 100 days to start engaging? No. As a matter of fact, there is a... If this whole thing were to exist, there probably would be a time gate kind of thing. But no, it's going to be... Listen, we're all going to be able to play on day one. We're all going to be able to play on day one. Okay? And that is also something I'm usually pretty big on. You know what I'm saying? I like that everybody gets to play on day one. SKZ says, we'll believe it when I see it, as in all things Scopely. And that's totally fair. That's totally fair. Okay? Here's, again, if you're talking about, like, is this an exciting new loop and it's just something new kind of gameplay that we've never seen before? No, it's not that. Okay? But have they found a way to allow 100% engagement on day one? Sure. They have. And is there something valuable to free-to-play in there? Yes, there is. So that's two big criteria for me. We'll just have to see how it pans out. Be perfectly... I'm not going to say anymore. I'm looking forward to seeing how it pans out. I'm at least curious enough, Tarpy, to see how it pans out. What I have seen leaves me curious enough and willing to engage based on what they tell me is in there. Is that fair? Is that a good synopsis? Sandy, is that a good summary for you? Sandy, the summary. Sandra, the summary person. Cruzito says, kill red triangles, kill armadas, mine something, occasionally kill blue triangles. That's what this game is all about. You got it, Cruzito. They are really kind of working with both arms tied behind their back and like 1.5 legs. You know what I'm saying? But if they can find a way to make it interesting enough or rewarding enough, then we're in. And I'm at least curious to see how it works. Okay, that is about where we'll wrap it up. I'll turn your alerts back on. I see lots of people want to play some lizards and sound alerts and all the things. I'm going to turn those back on as we get ready to wrap up our show today. Questions in the chat. I'll give you 5 minutes for open Q&A, Tarpy, if you will help me take a look at it while I look and replay some of the sound alerts that got missed. And we'll answer some questions, and we'll get ready to bounce on out of here because we have been on podcast now for about 2.5 hours, so a little bit nice and short. And as far as Twitch goes, I'll be off before midnight, which is great. I'm excited about that. So,
can you explain to me why the
DJ, what is
fleet
wrong
preset? Oh, that's going to be happening for a while.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why the fleet preset that you can buy in the store ended up in a Fleet Commander folder?
No. Why would I explain that? Because they shared the word fleet.
You said questions.
Okay, I don't have an answer to that one.
A question.
They share the name fleet. I guess alphabetical order. Alphabetical. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay.
Let me play with something real quick.
Gonna play with something.
Oh Jesus! That can stop. That's not me.
All right. Let me see. I've got Lost Ends right here. I'll play this one.
That was IJ.
That was that was IJ. Let's see. Anonymous dropped in bananas. Let me get that one real quick. I do remember hearing IJ's anal glands, which
bananas.
Was not my voice.
BANANAS.
Thank you. That spells bananas. All right.
Wait, did you palpate IJ's anal glands?
No. I didn't do anything of the sort. There are a couple of stickers in here. Number one. Yay, I am number one.
You answered that awfully fast.
Let's see. Here's a lizard. Thank you, Broken Wolf. There's a lizard. Here's another lizard from Broken Wolf. Thank you. Lots of lizards. General Lark threw some Winnie the Poohs, but I feel like we did hear from Winnie the Pooh earlier. Oh, there's another lizard from Broken Wolf. Thank you.
I think I foobarred this.
I foobarred nothing. Thank you guys for your sound alerts. Cruzito, it's going to get busy for a second, but we're going to let people answer the questions. Wood Cannon, thank you. Have a great night. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for tuning in, and really do appreciate you guys. I personally love the D. Yeah. I am a little bit curious if somebody can tell me very quickly. I am showing.
Yay, bugs.
Okay. I'm telling you, a minute ago, there was like 300 people in our chat. Was that just a glitch on my side? Because the counter up above only shows 252. But I thought I saw 300. Maybe people tuned out. Maybe they were like, this guy sucks. Maybe there's that. Okay. Any other questions? Stream died for a second. Stream died? Oh, that must have been a Twitch thing. I'm showing 0% drop frames and a constant green light. Yeah, I haven't lost anything. Benny Hill says showing 222 now. Well, it's still showing 252 on my screen, but whatever. Stream got skippy.
I have 190 on
I don't open
the
it, then
actual,
later I
like,
can claim ignorance,
stream,
right? Not ignorant.
and 89 if I just go to the home page. So it's a little bit different.
Oh, that's terrible.
So there was a question
Go ahead.
that people noticed. Jesus bomb. There was a question between the events for the weeks between the arcs. People noticed that Mega Cube and Cow and Faction Hunt didn't actually exist. Do you know if they're going to offer those again? Because lower level players actually appreciate them.
I'm going to defer back to the last 20 minutes of the show. There is, starting in September, going to be separate targeting. Now, it might not have happened here this first week, but I would imagine that we are going to see some of these events that lower level players value and players like me couldn't give two craps about. Okay, so I do think that we're going to start to see some of those styles of separation. I am not prepared to say that they're never going to run again, and I'm not prepared to say that they're always going to be back. I think what we will see is exactly what Connor has promised and what we would expect from targeted experience gameplay. All right, so that's what we'll that's what I'm going to leave it with at this particular moment. Cool. All right. Any other questions? I need to mine more ore. I don't want to mine ore. Oh wait, no, I need rare transigen, don't I? I need rare transigen. I'm going to have to go get some.
Okay.
Questions?
No, poopy butt.
Wait, what?
My cat, who we have recently nicknamed Poopy Butt, tried to sit on my chest. Different cat than normal. Hi, Poopy Butt. She's very sweet and has poo problems. It's not her fault.
Fantastic. All right. Any other questions out of chat? Are they going to update event store items anytime soon? That has been something that we have talked about. They've not given any answers or timelines or anything, but we have brought that up. They've taken it under advisement. All right. Half the chat has poop problems. That's why I'm trying to end stream right now. I got to go poop. Okay, so I gotta go.
Can someone clip just him saying that?
No,
please.
It's not a real thing. All right. I guess that's it. Let's see who's online for us to go raid. I'll click on this little button, and I'll click on this little button.
That's messed up.
Thank you, Voltron. Appreciate that very much. Let's see. We've got Valdu. Oh, Cree is on. Why are you smacking me? All right, we're going to go say hi to Cree as we get ready to wrap up here tonight. Thank you guys so very much for an amazing studio audience tonight. Thank you for being here. You guys are my heroes. Okay? Thank you very much. We're going to hop on over. We're going to say hi to Cree, who's playing a little bit of, oh, Lord. She's playing STFC and taste testing new gummies. What could possibly go wrong? This is going to be fantastic. She's taste testing new gummies. All right, so you guys can go check that out over there.
We gotta do that.
Oh, it's Cree. My name is UltimatDJz. Thanking you guys so very much for being a part of our live studio audience. We really do appreciate it. Visit our website at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. That's TalkingTrekSTFC.com. While you're there, click on the Patreon. Become a member of our Patreon Gold Members Club. Support the show. We really appreciate that. And we are going to actually here very, very soon do a little bit of customization on some of those new levels. Yeah, and get a few more people some access to Studio B. Yep, we're going to be messing with that a little bit. Also, you can check out the merch store while you're there and get some amazing new Hold My Beer merchandise, t-shirts, can koozies, stickers, so much stuff over there for you to enjoy, courtesy of Candy White and his amazing design skills over there. We appreciate all of that as well. You can also find links over to our YouTube, our Twitch, podcast channel, and so much more. All right, be sure to check us out at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. You'll even find a link over to our Studio B channel, UltimatDJz Plays, where you will be able to hang out with us on Saturday nights and listen to some great music while you get your STFC grind on. Thank you guys. I do appreciate all of you for coming in and hanging out. Tomorrow night is Football Friday night. So we will not probably be doing a show tomorrow night. However, I do plan on maybe tossing out a bonus stream on Saturday. That could be something that we do, and we'll take a look and see what we might have on the agenda for Sunday, as well as we head into next week where we've got some bonus streams that we're going to have to make up for you guys as well. So be sure to stay tuned to our Discord for all the announcements, and check out our new show summaries as well. I've been tinkering with some AI show summaries. That way you guys don't have to listen all 2.5 hours. Although I still appreciate it for metrics and things like that. Hey, fun fact of the day. Did you know that snails actually have 12,000 teeth? It's a true fact right there. Fun fact of the day. There you go. See, now you learned something. Thank you guys so very much. My name is UltimatDJz. For all of us here at Talking Trek, we appreciate your listenership. Talking Trek is a registered trademark and recorded in front of a live studio audience for distribution across podcast platforms everywhere. I'm your friendly neighborhood cat person, Sam Meow for now. Love you, minute. Catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody.